everybody. John from Smoky Mountain Wheels. Getting ready to do another motorcycle video for you this morning. Probably going to be riding off road just a little bit, on road a little bit, trying out a new to me motorcycle. So, no, I don't have the BMW anymore. It's been gone for a little while. I've not made a video of motorcycles probably in close to 2 years, and I'm glad to be back. Let's say life just got in the way, but got a little lazy maybe in making videos. It's a lot of work. But what am I riding now? Well, let's have a look. And here it is. Oh, yeller. I know. I got rid of a BMW and got a Harley Pan America. I'm gonna probably catch a little bit of hate from people for that, but I really don't care because I love this motorcycle. It fits me just perfect. I like the way it rides. I like the way it handles, and I like that 150 horsepower. I ain't real crazy about this yellow paint job, and I may do something about that. We may put a wrap or something on it a little bit later, but I don't know. It's kind of growing on me just a little bit maybe. But it's overcast this morning. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's still just a little bit sticky out here. But let's take this thing, go get geared up and take this thing up on the mountain. See how she does. See you in a bit. Good morning, YouTube. I did my intro the other day, and then I had some technical difficulties with my camera, and I hope I got it all straightened out this morning, but this is a few days down the road. I'm going to take this thing out and ride it for you a little bit, see what you think about it. I'm not so sure about the tinted windscreen because that's really doing a lot of blocking of my camera. But that's okay. I'm probably going to get the regular windscreen for it. Oh, you know what? And if I put it up like this, a ton of wind noise. And here I am rolling up on a trooper, me running 75 miles an hour. That's not good. I'm going to get out and ride it a little bit today. Going to kind of throw an assortment at it. Maybe do some twisties. Down here on 28, hit a little bit of gravel. All these places that we're going, you've rode with me before. I don't have a whole lot of time to get out and ride today. Out of the way. Anyway, it's 75 degrees this morning, and man, it is humid out, muggy. But got a little wind blowing through it, feels good now. We went to Charleston weekend before last. I haven't got the video up on it. I did a sort of a semi-review on my truck, and a little bit of our trip to Charleston. I'll be getting that up here in a day or two. So back to the bike. I'm running it in road mode right now, and it has got, I mean, just 6 gear, you just barely twist that throttle and you're gone.
I remember back several years ago, before I bought the BMW, I tried out a Pan American. And I never could quite get that bike off my mind. I loved the way it rode, I loved the way it handled, I loved how comfortable it was. And now I'm kind of finally happy to have one in the stable. I guess a little backstory of how I ended up on this bike. I had a side by side and I put it up for sale. And the guy messaged me and offered to trade me a, can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019 Softail, Heritage Softail for it. And I traded. And man, I tell you what, it felt good to be back on a Harley. So I kept that Softail for a little while. And I traded it and got a road glide. I like that road glide. And, I mean, it rode great. Nice, beautiful, beautiful bike. I'll throw a picture of it up here somewhere. But in the meantime, I had sold the BMW because, man, I had $427 a month payments on that thing. And it was just too much money. I mean, I love the BMW. It was a good bike. I don't love it as much as I do this Harley. But every time I get out on that road glide and I go past the gravel road, I would think, wonder where that goes. And I got the itch to get a Pan American, and that's exactly what I did. Old Yeller. When I bought it, it had a horrible blue wrap that looked like rusty, old, flaking paint. And I just wasn't real happy with that wrap. Got to looking under it and I'm thinking, oh no, yellow paint. So I went ahead and peeled the wrap off. Actually, this yellow's sort of starting to grow on me a little bit. Moonshiner 28. I think that should call for a sport mode. Put this thing in sport mode, it moves. That was just part throttle. That wasn't really getting on it. So much for Harleys are slow. Man, this thing handles these curves like a dream. I used to blow through here on a sport bike twice this speed. I just, you know, I'm 61 years old. I ain't got the guts for it anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. Does it do anything any better than the BMW? I'm not sure. It makes me happy better than the BMW. That's all that matters. It's quicker than the BMW. And I like the adaptive ride height. The suspension works way better than the BMW. We're gonna try to find a little gravel road down here in a few minutes, see if we can take off down it. One thing I've noticed too is you really can tell a difference in the suspension whenever you go from sport mode to road mode, and your off-road modes too. I've got just the original off-road mode that come with it. I've not actually gone into it and set up a custom ride mode yet. I don't like the seating position of a cruiser or a bagger because it hurts my tailbone set for a while. Now this bike, I think I'm going to add some rock risers to it. I've got some at the house. Excuse me. But maybe set me up just a little bit straighter and make me not have to reach for the bars so much whenever I'm standing up off-road. And if you watch my channel much, you know that I'm not a hardcore off-roader. I like gravel roads and a few trails occasionally, but majority of the time I'm out here by myself. And I don't want to end up with a motorcycle piled up on me. I don't like breaking stuff, especially don't like breaking me. I think this motorcycle is going to be perfect for what I do. I've got several rides planned this summer that so far I haven't done. I want to take you on a few of them. Lord need more. We used to call it Lower Brush Creek. And one thing about this bike that I like more than the BMW is it just actually feels a little more planted in the front end. I get feedback from it. See, I'm standing up right now, but I'm having to bend over a little more than I like. So I'm gonna put them rock risers on it maybe whenever I go home this afternoon. Sometimes that front end on that BMW, you never really knew whether it was about to slide out from under you, and there's been a couple of times that you're on some loose gravel and it just felt like without warning that front end would let go. And luckily I never went down. I was always able to dab and keep it back up because I wouldn't be, going that fast like I am right, just not like I am right now. Down here alongside the river a little bit. Feel the coolness off that water. Sure does feel good. Been a while since I've been down in here. If you're new to my channel, if you like what you see, check out some more of my videos and like and subscribe. I'm gonna semi-retire here before too much longer, and I'd like to be able to make a little money doing this, but I've got to get some more subscribers and some more viewers. In order to do that, I'll put out a little bit more content too. Hear them rocks banging up on that skid plate, which reminds me I need to put more of a skid plate on this thing. That little piece of aluminum they got under there ain't much to it. I wanted to ride up to my favorite place in the whole world, and y'all have been there with me several times, is the Big Laurel. But I started up there the other day, and they had the road closed off. I don't know exactly what they're doing. I think they may be, from what I can gather, putting little bridges over the water crossings, because I know that's some of the finest speckled trout water in the world up there. And we've had a lot of people that are renting side-by-sides and these side-by-side rental places, and I know it's fun to get back in the woods and have a big time on those side-by-sides and get on these gravel roads, but you know, people need to be a little more thoughtful of what all they're tearing up. And I know the tribe has closed a bunch of their roads off just for that reason. Well, I just realized that I have been videoing in 1080. I hope this turns out to be a decent video. I had to switch back to 4K. Let's do a walk around of this thing. There's some things on this bike that I really like, but then there's a couple of things that I don't like. And right there's the biggest problem. I do not like that kickstand. It's awkward, and when the adaptive ride height's in a low position, it's hard to get the kickstand down. When I got these boots on, I try to get the kickstand down. It hangs up, and that's pain. Right here's something else. My goodness, Harley. For a motorcycle that costs that much, put some bark busters on it. I'm not real crazy about this skid plate. And looks like there's just an awful lot of stuff down there to get mud on it, but you know, I'm not an engineer. One thing that I did do since the intro on this bike is I put an aquapovic exhaust slip on and link pipe. That's what I was trying to say on it. The windshield, yeah, it's sufficient. And right here where I plug my phone in, this is broke. So if I take it off, I'm going to have to stick it in my pocket or lose it. But you know, that's not Harley's fault. That's probably somebody that ham-fisted it or been rough on it before me.
I did change these mirrors out. Yep. I want to get some auxiliary lighting because the headlights, it's not real great on it. And it has the lighting when lights up whenever you go into a turn. I don't really know what you call it, but hard to tell whether it does much or not. Of course, I really haven't rode a whole lot after dark on this bike. But those are the things that I don't like. Everything else, yeah, pretty much like. The engine doesn't produce a whole lot of heat. I mean, but it, like I said, for the most part, I love it. Don't know what kind of tires I'm going to go with. I'm thinking about some of the Dunlop Trail Max Missions. But I'm not really sure yet. I know on the BMW, I had those Motos, and I mean, they were excellent off-road. It's just, I spent a little more time on-road than I did off-road. They may have been just a little rough for it, but they were good tires, no doubt about it. All right, let's gear back up and get back out on the road. I stopped to get me a drink of water, and I realized I left my water bottle at home. That kind of sucks. So I'm gonna go find a store, get something to drink, and then probably head back to the house. I apologize for the video being in 1080. I put it back on 4K now. I may just edit out everything that's not on 4K. And if you like my content, like and subscribe, because it sure would help me. Like I say, I'm really wanting to retire, at least go to part-time. I'll be turning 62 here this before long. I would love to get monetized on this. I know it takes quite a bit to make any money at it, but everybody that likes and subscribes and watches helps me out. And then I'd have a lot of time to put out some content. Alright, what we got? Rain, road, sport. Let's play in sport mode a little bit. Goodness. And this thing rocks. Tell you what, I live in a pretty part of the world. Ain't nothing gonna beat it. And I'm gonna try to show you as much of it as I possibly can. 87 degrees, it's starting to get a little warm out. They sure don't take much. Seems like the older I get, the worse that heat bothers me. Well, that just about does it for today's video. Join me the next time. We'll see if we can't find us some place interesting to go. Get back up in the mountain, splash around some water on some water crossings or something. Like I say, don't forget to smack that like and subscribe button. And
Tell your friends about us. And if you've watched it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And God bless.